Welcome to Ella's Beefeaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
Hey, Mary Walter and Vince Colonnese here.
We are the morning hosts right down the hall from Mix 107.3, our sister station, and we're on WMAL-FM.
And we just wanted to drop by and join everyone who's saluting Mix 107.3 and the Jack Diamond Morning Show on their nearly 30 years of radio entertainment and community service.
It is unparalleled, and we join with all of you in wishing Jack, his team, the whole Mix crew the very best.
And we know that you'll be looking for a new morning show starting next week.
If you get the chance, check us out 5 to 9 a.m. every day for all the news of the day, plus Lisa Baden traffic every 10 minutes.
It's Mary and Vince on 105.9 FM, WMAL.
And one more time, we salute you, Mix 107.3.
I'm Angela Foster, Mix 107.3.
This is Keith Morrison at Dateline. I want to say thank you to the Jack Diamond Show. You've been so great for so long. Good luck in everything.
Oh, my.
They found Jack in the trunk of his car.
No ordinary evening, Jack? We love Keith. He's been on our show many times and is just a special guy, an amazing reporter. And we've been blessed. I was looking through some pictures yesterday. By the way, a special guest in a minute, then another special guest. Then we're going to wrap up this portion of the Jack Diamond Morning Show and Mix 107.3 at 9 a.m. or a couple of minutes after. We'll be back between 6 and 7 this evening. Pretty much to say our personal goodbyes to each other and to you one-on-one. And we'd love you to call if you want to come hang out with us for a minute this evening, 6 to 7 tonight. And then at 7 o'clock, Mix 107.3, quite literally, and sadly, will cease to exist as an entity, not only in Washington radio, but radio, period. So for us, it's a pivotal and landmark day.
You know, Jack, somebody else who used to work here at Mix 107.3 wanted to say hello.
Please.
And that's Christy McIntyre.
Hi, this is Christy McIntyre. I was on the air at Mix 107.3 part-time from 2005 to 2010 and full-time hosting the night show for about a year from 2016 to 17. I went on to work at other radio stations here in D.C., and I'm currently working full-time as a radio news anchor and reporter at WBAL in Baltimore. It's really hard to comprehend that Mix is going off the air. It's been a huge part of the Washington airwaves for decades, and I feel so lucky that I was a small part of that history. I'd like to thank Kenny King and Carol Miller for hiring me originally, Louis Diaz for bringing me back, and John Martin for keeping me sane during the late night hours. I've made lifelong friends at the station and met wonderful listeners over the years who've also turned into friends. In 2010, I had the honor of filling in after Erica left the Jack Diamond Morning Show. I learned so much from Jack, Jimmy, and Allie during those months. The Free for All Friday audiences were my favorite part, and I learned long-time life lessons from everyone. I think the most valuable one I'm still using is from Allie Jacobs. Thank you, Allie, for teaching me you can brush baby powder onto your hair if you don't feel like doing the whole shampoo thing that early in the morning. Who knew? Jack, Jimmy, Erica, and Blair, and everybody at the station, love you all. Wish you all the happiness in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. It was lovely working with you, and lovely as having you part of our show after Erica bailed on me.
I came back. Yeah. That's what I do.
And you did, and I appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
I'm so happy I did.
We, as we mentioned at the outset, have had the privilege and honor. Jimmy and I have been together 23 years. And by the way, if you would like to watch our little live video stream, facebook.com/Jack Diamond Show. Now and then between 6 and 7. You can watch the whole thing if you'd like, beginning this morning at 6. Some pretty special people have been nice enough to join the show today. And a bit later, sometime over the weekend, we'll post it at jackdiamond.com. There's just a landing page there right now. But hopefully by the weekend we'll have the full page up. The sad part is all of the Mix 107.3 media, social media, goes away at 7 tonight. So we'd like to stay in touch. So if you'd be nice enough to like the page, I'll post everybody else's. Please feel free to friend everyone. We'll let you know where we're going, what we're doing. We'll stay in touch. Hell, I'll do a show for you on Facebook. I'm happy to.
Right.
Facebook.com/Jack Diamond Show is the place to find us and find our little live video stream if you'd like to watch this morning, Facebook Live. One of the people who joined our show, and had such a colorful personality, had such a colorful presence, and made us all laugh naturally, is someone we all miss, and in fact works for the competition. But you know how this goes. I told you we're all friends. It's a big business. It's a Wall Street driven business now. But when it comes down to our level, it's people. It's people one-on-one. This is Chili Amar on the Jack Diamond Morning Show.
Hi, everybody.
Well,
you still have my Armenian theme music.
Absolutely.
That's impressive.
Nice to have you back.
Great to be back.
It's so good to see you.
It's very weird. It's like you walk through the door and I was here 5 minutes ago. It doesn't seem like it's been 6 years.
It doesn't, does it?
No.
It is surreal to walk back in the building, and the garage is the same, and the elevator, and you walk into the lobby. And for 30 years, my car has found its way here, as yours did for many, many years, and it just feels like coming home, doesn't it?
It really does. And seeing you guys, you all look amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you. You do too. And congratulations on your family since you left us. So many things have happened.
And I'm still in denial that Mix 107.3 is going away, because we all have shared so much of our lives with the audience.
Right. Well, we traveled.
We've traveled with
Iceland,
our listeners.
England, the Caribbean, cruises. You got married, have children.
Can you believe it, Jack? Somebody married me?
No, we can't.
Now, and this wasn't a joke. This was true. There was a time when we called Blair the Armenian Virgin because Chili. Dear Lord, I haven't slept in 3 days. I'll be honest with you.
Right. I had never been kissed before when I started on your show at 24.
So,
Yes.
I mean, you want to talk about the evolution of life.
Yes.
We literally, Chili Amar evolved on our show, and all of those pieces, all of those flavors, all those moments, we shared openly and honestly with each other and with those nice enough to listen.
And to this day, when I meet people, they always make reference to my chapter here with you. I mean, it stays with them because we were so open with our lives, because we were so real, and the good, the bad, everything in between, from losing parents to having babies. They're a part of our lives, and that to us is such a gift to be able to have that.
Now, I'll tell you, some of the stuff we did was just it was just nutty. Chili has a big head.
Yes.
And Bert had a really, really small head. And Bert refused to accept the fact that he had the smallest head on the show. Chili was pretty sure she had the biggest head. Jimmy and I weren't sure where we fell. I think Amy Page was involved in this. The late, great Stacey Bin was involved in this. We brought in a scale, and we weighed everybody's head. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, I've done this more than half of my life. I've spent more than half of my career in this building. Chili Amar has the biggest head I've ever worked with.
Now,
please,
I will say, I got a blowout for this special occasion today. I have super big curly hair, so that played a part of it. So the ongoing joke forever, and even today, is anytime we would be out in public, one of you would inevitably say, you know what? Is it sunny out? I can't tell because Chili's head is blocking the sun. Like the total eclipse.
The same old joke still played.
Now, Jack, Chili told me a story that I had totally forgot about Connor's birth.
Yes. So he was baby Cloud.
Right.
And we
as a work in progress when Lisa was pregnant.
And you said, hey, you want to guess his birthday? And we all kind of guessed the day he might be born. And then you said the one who gets closest would get a gift for whatever. Right. I somehow won the bet. I got closest to it.
You did?
Do you remember what the gift was? Because I do. What you gave me as my prize?
I don't remember the gift.
It was a bottle of Dom. It was a very nice bottle of Dom. Right. So I'm like, this is fancy pants for a 20-something-year-old, right? So I saved it, and I was like, I'm going to pop this bottle when I move into my first house. Never did it. Didn't do it when I got married. Didn't even do it when I had a baby. But guess what I have with me today?
You have the champagne? You don't really still have that bottle of Dom.
The same bottle, never been opened.
Oh, my God.
Because I swear, hand to God, it didn't feel right. Don't ask me why until this moment, until today.
Chilla, you are special.
To bring it back full circle, I
you
swear.
are special.
It hasn't. The seal hasn't even been broken, Jack.
Look at this.
Oh,
Look
my
at this.
God.
I didn't buy cheap champagne.
No, you
because I
didn't.
can't take it.
I still have it.
1992, Dom. Look at this.
Beautiful.
And I don't mean that in a braggadocious way. When you give a gift, you give a nice. I think you give a nice gift. You give the nicest one you can.
Are you going to hold this against me that I re-gifted? This was
no. You know what? Would you like to?
Let's open it.
We have a couple minutes here before we end this bad boy. Let's go ahead and open this thing up.
That would be, because this is to me like the most symbolic,
Chili,
beautiful. I couldn't think of a better time.
Look at this.
To do that.
You are the sweetest.
Boy, you really blew my Corbells I got for Jack.
You are the sweetest.
Thank you for...
Can somebody go run and find some paper cups?
Sure.
Never has a 1992 vintage Dom been drank out of a Dixie cup, but it'll be an honor and pleasure to do that with you. Chili, that's so sweet. By the way, you work with a great guy. I want to tell you, Toby Knapp is just one of the most decent, sweetest human beings. I met him at an industry convention. He and I became close friends, and we write and talk to each other all the time. It's funny because people think, oh, you hate your competition, and, you know, it's all cutthroat. Well, it's competitive, but I will tell you, when it comes down to it at the end of the day, there's some amazing people who work in this business, and I've been blessed to get to know them and work with them. And you got a special one there in Toby. He's a great guy.
Well, he is a fan of yours, and I do want to make sure I get a chance to say what I'm about to say. You should really measure your own success by the success of those around you. And I hope that the people that you've worked with over the years have done you proud, because I learned 97.1% of what I know from you.
Got the frequency.
Great way to get the frequency in. That was brilliant.
The truth, no, but I'm being serious right now. The way we do morning radio here was such an incredible training ground for what I do today. And there is no way that I would have accomplished what I've accomplished if I hadn't started and learned from the best in the business. And my friendship with Jimmy goes back 23 years as well, and that brotherhood, you know, we're like siblings. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to say thank you in person.
Oh, Chili, I invited you because I wanted you here. You belong here. You were a big part of the show.
Thank you.
And you know, the fact that you wanted to learn and you wanted to transcend the medium, learn how to communicate one-on-one, because you really were kind of shy and retiring. And it's funny, if you met Chili, we called her the Hammer, because Chili would get things done. But part of that was a self-defense mechanism. Chili has this incredibly sweet, gentle, kind inside that, you know, and if you have that sort of heart and soul, you know you're easily hurt. And I hope I helped peel back some of those layers so you could reveal that, because it's such a lovely part of you. And I knew if you shared that, you would have incredible success, because you are genuine and you are authentic. And you brought champagne.
Yes, so let's get to it.
All right, let's pop this bad boy. Here we go. And
I hope. That was very gentle. Mazel tov.
Yeah.
And let's pour a little Dom.
Look at that.
You know, I'll pour just a little bit right now to share with everybody, and then Chili, you take the rest of this home to Don.
It's for all of us to share throughout the morning. Come on now.
Oh God, Lou Katz is turning the car around.
By the way, I do want to say thank you to someone who also on our show has made such a difference. Dave Sproul was our chief engineer for decades, and he made my job on this side of the microphone so easy, because if the technical end of this doesn't work well, it sucks on your end. It's just awful, whether it's audio or problems. And you can't get out of your own way if the technical part of this doesn't work. And Dave is a wonderful human being, is an incredibly talented guy, a historian in the business. Guy flies helicopters. I mean, how brilliant do you have to be to fly a helicopter?
And plays an organ. He is truly the Renaissance man.
So thank you to Dave and all the amazing engineers through all the years who helped us out. Another one of those behind the scenes. I mean, climbing broadcast towers and ice storms. Dave, thank you very, very much. Chili, here you go, love, and thank you. Here's a little Dom, James, Erica.
Thanks, love.
Lisa
Blair, Lisa Ann, thank you guys very much.
Cheers!
To those of you who are kind enough to listen, whether you listen to me or Chili and Toby, the fact that you like radio, you listen to radio, and you supported us has enabled us to have and raise families and live in one of the greatest cities on earth, Washington, D.C. This is to you guys. Thank you so much. Cheers, Chili. Cheers.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, my.
Oh, that's
Is
good.
it still?
Before we wrap up this portion, we haven't had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with artists. They played a huge role on the Jack Diamond Morning Show. We've had Paul McCartney on the air. We've had Mick Jagger. We've had Keith Richards. We've had Duran Duran. We've had Andy Grammer, Shawn Mendes. I mean, I don't care which end of the musical spectrum you look at.
Bon Jovi performed right here in the studio.
John Bon Jovi was with us, and it's one of the pieces of our business and of our show that we've gotten such amazing response from you for, and we're so grateful to the artists who have joined us. I posted a picture of Huey Lewis in the news, the entire band performing in studio. Hootie and the Blowfish, who are here in a couple of weeks, Darius Rucker, with us many, many times. But the band that is nearest and dearest to my heart is a local band who I've known since they were in high school at Wooten High School. And this guy, who's their lead singer and songwriter and obviously a founding member, one of my dearest friends and one of the most important people to our radio station in my career. From OAR, it's Mark Roberge. Hey, Mark.
Wow, dude, Jack, that was the nicest thing you could have said. I mean, really, you guys mean so much to me. I can't even express it. I wish I could put it into a short one sentence, but it would take a long time because you've been with us. You had our back for so dang long. And we got your back, man, and that was a nice thing to say, but you mean the world to us, too.
Thank you.
I mean, really, thank you. It takes a lot.
Chris's dad, many years ago, gave me a cassette, and he said, my son has this band, and I think they're pretty good. What do you think? And I popped that cassette in my car cassette player. That's how far back this goes.
Yeah.
And it was Love and Memories. And I got home, and I called Chris's dad, and I said, this is damn good. I want to play this on the radio. And he said, well, we're going to do another mixdown. We're going to get the guys in, and we'll give you a digital copy of the song. And it wasn't long after that we were the first radio station in the world to play Love and Memories by OAR. And I don't want to say that was the beginning for them of this period of their career, but it certainly was an opportunity to expose this band to Washington. And then, selling out Madison Square Garden a couple of nights in a row, playing Red Rocks, selling it out. Mark, congratulations to you, brother.
I got to say, Jack, you whenever you tell these stories, it takes me right back. This is why we do it. It's because, you support local music. I remember very specifically having these dreams that maybe a radio station one day where I come from will play our songs, and then it happens. And then it happens again. And then the folks that have your back stick by you, and you've always been that way. I mean, look, you've entered people's lives. You've given people joy for so long.
Thank you.
And you talk about how everyone gave you a family and place to live and all these, but, listen, you got to understand our days are better because of y'all. So thank you very much.
Kind. Thank you. You were with us just a few weeks ago. You and Lamps came in and did a lounge for us. People are still talking about that, Mark. It was just brilliant. Having you guys in, and we're looking forward to you coming back over the summer as well to Washington with the full band.
Oh, yeah, look, we love to perform, but that was a special moment. We had our fun little buddy up there playing guitar, a little 5-year-old, I think was fun.
Yes.
Sam.
Sam. That was pretty sweet. But John and I love getting out there and doing it, and he brings joy, and he could see that we were amongst family.
Yeah, no doubt. Mark, thank you for the call. Thank you very much for talking with us. You're one of the most important people in the formation of this radio station and the show because you've been with us from the beginning. You went to school here. We have followed your career and participated. We've done Mark Roberge. I just want to, the final story, Mark. We wanted to do a charity event, and we needed to raise a fair amount of money to help out a couple of local organizations. And I called Mark and I said, listen, we'll cover expenses. Could we do this? Is it possible for you guys to come do a concert for us? Mark said, not only will we do it, we'll cover our own expenses. We'll show up. We'll bring sound and lights and whatever you need. They did it for us. twice and raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, Mark, thank you. It goes beyond just the fans, just the radio, the record sales, the label. It comes down to that one-on-one level. Somebody needs help, and guys like you are willing to step up and help. So thank you for that.
It's absolutely our privilege. My amazing team and Nassim, who runs our Heard the World Fund, always pushes us to make sure we give and give back, and all these things matter. And we learned that from Chuck Levins, Washington Music Center,
absolutely,
locally,
Talked to Alan Levin yesterday, in fact. So you see, I mean, the circle remains unbroken. Good people, local radio. My God, that's what it's all about. It's a one-on-one thing. So, Mark, thank you very much for being our final guest here in this moment. It's a pleasure talking with you. I look forward to seeing you over the summer.
I'm taking it in right now, guys. The fact that we're doing this, and y'all should be so proud of everything you've done. And I know you are, but listen, the community is proud of you. It's impossible to stick around this long, and y'all did it.
Thank you. Thanks for Mark Roberge, OAR, here on the Jack Diamond Morning Show, Mix 107.3. As I said, 6 to 7 tonight, we want to do other thank yous. There are a lot of people to thank, and I don't know that I can do it now. I don't know that I can do this. I don't know that I can do that. I can't thank you.
Well, stop.
I can't thank you.
Nope.
I can't thank you, Lisa Ann. I can't thank you. And I will say thanks to Jake McCann, our local market manager, and to Rob Roberts, our program director. And thank you to Louis Diaz, who was our first program director when we came here.
And Steve Cosbach, Steve King.
We can go. Steve Cosbach.
Yeah.
Carol Parker is here, ladies and gentlemen.
I have goosebumps, and I just want to share something with you. Per usual, it took me longer to get into the parking lot.
Can you get close to the microphone?
Up the
She's
elevator
fine.
Than it did to drive.
This is our former music director.
Carol was. We had Rick Fowler on. We've had
I've
like
heard
three.
Everybody
in the history of the station, only 3 or 4 music directors. Laura, Linda,
and me.
You. That's it, right? Yeah. I got them all.
But you know what? I haven't been in this building for about 7 years, and for most of my adult life, this was not my job, but my life.
It's exactly right. It's not your job.
So my 2 favorite stories in radio, we're supposed to have great communication skills, correct? Yeah. So I'm on the air. It's a Sunday afternoon, about 2:00. Nobody's in the building. It's in the back in a different studio, and the door opens, and in comes this man. I go, "Hello, can I help you?" He goes, "Yes, I'm Jack Diamond. I start tomorrow morning."
Is that your Jack Diamond impression?
Well, everybody has one.
Hello.
That one is less offensive than yours.
Please.
No one told me you were coming, remember?
No,
I felt like a moron.
Jack, did Carol hit on you?
No, Lauren Pelagi didn't issue yet another memo.
So I got to see you for the first time, and I can't believe how many years ago. And then when Jimmy started, I was working for a gentleman who had all kinds of issues.
Who might have been arrested for trying to rob a bank, but that's a different story.
Boy, wait until the book comes out. You won't believe this story.
And he says, go out front, there's a guy, you got to pick him up. Oh. And I walk out to get Jimmy on his first day, and I'll never forget, he did cartwheels down the entire hallway. And at that point in time, I knew I loved this man, and you guys have been a part of my life. We worked every day together, and it was just the most wonderful time of my life. And I wanted to thank you for allowing me to be a part of many things we did together, and I want to wish you all just the best.
You are one of the hardest working people I know, and I'll tell you, you and Jimmy and I share another friend in John Martin,
the greatest,
who is our imaging production director guru, fill in air talent. He does everything, I've known, here he is, John Martin,
ladies and gentlemen.
The great Martini.
I've known John since Winx, since the WINX days. Another absolutely stalwart in this business. Congratulations to you, and thank you for everything.
Oh, absolutely, Jacqueline.
Yeah, come on over here. I mean, you spent time on the air here as well as a jock. You spent
time, yeah.
Carol, don't go anywhere.
Stay here.
Can I stay here and snuggle up? For
Snuggle, because I mean, this is like
it doesn't matter now.
This is sort of the nucleus of some of the people that we've been friends with for 30 years that we've worked with every single day on and off the air. You have so many members. You knew them all. And by the way, John Polizzi, who is our wonderful imaging guy for many years. He's the voice you hear on Channel 4. Tonight at 11 on NBC4. John, another one of those who made such a contribution to Q and to Mix. Story, memory, quickly, before we have to split
Just
here?
Incredible. You've done a great job today bringing back so many of these memories. And it's tough. It's tough to see this go, but it's just been a great place. And it seems like, 30 years, it seems like it was 5. It
doesn't seem like it doesn't.
No.
I don't feel that damn old, do you?
Not at all. Not at all.
John, you still feel like a kid doing this.
John, what year did you start interning here?
Not important, Jimmy. But
come on. Well.
No, but I'll tell you a quick story. So you had Rick Fowler on earlier.
Right.
And I was interning with the promotions department when we had that 4th of July with the Beach Boys downtown. Right?
Amazing. Was that the million or the first one with the 500,000?
Which is 84, so it was a big one. And
it's a million people.
Vivian Vaughn, our promotions people, and Marty Wall, they had the idea of putting Q107 bumper stickers on all the porta potties, right? Well, the next day, the Park Service called, and it became very clear that the intern was going to have to go down and take care of that. And then, as I'm listening to all that going on, the general manager at the time, Ernie Fears.
Great guy. Great human
This was
being.
back in the day when you could negotiate something, and they paid the Park Service off to take care of that situation. But
back in the days when you could,
absolutely.
Exactly. Grease the wheels, as it were, and
had some money to spend.
Make things happen. We talked about that show earlier, too, with Rick Fowler. And, that was Michael Love of the Beach Boys idea, was to play for free, basically. I mean, I think we covered their expenses for a year or two, and then they just did it. And that went on until James Watt decided that the Beach Boys were not an American band. They represented the wrong part of America. Which, by the way, they'll be back in Washington. We'll be singing with them again this year. Still friends with them from those days. That's how this works. It's all about the people in it. Listen, we're going to jump out of here. Would you be nice enough to come back tonight between 6 and 7 so we can say our personal goodbyes and thank you on perhaps an even more personal basis? We are live at Facebook.com/Jack Diamond Show. Thank you to Lisa Ann. I don't know how you did this today with all these cameras and all this work, basically doing switching on an iPad, but you did, Lisa Ann. Thank you. That video will be up, and we'll be back with live video this evening between 6 and 7. So for those of you who, whether you've listened for 5 minutes or all 30 years, on behalf of all of us, whether on or off the air, who have been part of the Q107 days or even the MAL FM days, and certainly our 30 years at Mix 107.3, God bless you. Thank you. Love your show, babe.
Love yours.
We'll see you.
Jack Diamond is forever.
WRQX Washington, a Cumulus station.
Hey there, I'm Pat. And I'm Jimmy. We are Train.
Hey, it's Katy Perry.
DC's best music mix.
This is my music. My radio station.
Mix 107.3.
Your man, do all the things I should have done when I was your man.
The Jack Diamond Morning Show. Spotlight on Jack.
I do have important leather bound books, my friend.
Mix 107.3. You've got DC's best music mix and the Jack Diamond Morning Show. Stay here. More's next.
You and your hair have been through a lot over the years. From frizzy yearbook photos.
First on Mix 107.3.